channel. This is Dre. I know it's been a long time, but we're gonna jump right back into things. I have another video explaining where I've been. So what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be customizing a 13 by 6 12-inch blunt cut bob from our collection. Great news is we finally launched the website. That is hairkillercollection.com. I'll have the information in the description box below. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for showing up and showing out. Make sure you don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And go ahead and do me a favor and hit that bell so that you'll know every time we drop a new video. So right here I'm just showing you the inside of the wig. There are adjustable straps in the back and 4 combs. 1 comb in the nape, 2 on the side, and 1 in the crown region, and the lace is transparent. So with our wigs, they do come pre-plucked lightly, and we do lightly bleach the knots for you guys to make your job a little bit easier when you're installing. This is Blonde Brilliance. It goes up 9 levels. You can get this from Sally's. I'm trying to work with a few brands that you guys can get your hands on. So if you're not licensed, you can go ahead and grab these from your local beauty supplies. And we're going to be using 30 volume Cream Developer Salon Care brand. Again, at Sally's, you can go ahead and pick this up, or any local beauty supply in your area. You're also going to need a color brush. That's optional. I personally don't use color brushes, but I know some people do when they're bleaching their knots. I prefer a butter knife. I'll show you. And this is a color whisk. Of course, if you're not familiar, we can go ahead and mix the color with that. Now this right here is the secret formula. It's by Hairline Color Brilliance, and it's the Absolute Perfection Booster Step 1. And you can kind of like compare this to your Olaplex, if you will. If you're familiar with Olaplex, it's just to go ahead and help us keep those bonds together when you're using lightener, to make sure you're not damaging the integrity of the hair strands. And of course, you're going to need a color bowl or a plastic bowl. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this. Don't look. This is my scale. Of course, you can see he be working. He is me and I am him. I be working, so the scale is a little dirty, but don't be in my business. You know, just sit back and relax and enjoy the show. So, you know, we're going to go ahead and just get some plastic gloves, safety first. Just trying to, you know, put these gloves over my big old sausage fingers. Again, mind your business. And then we're going to jump into things. I like to keep the consistency. I'm just going to go ahead and let you know. I like to keep the consistency of the bleaching cream when I'm lightening knots. I like to keep it like a pancake batter. You want it to be thick, but not too thick to where it's not going to do the job. You basically want it to seep right through the lace onto the knots, but not onto the actual hair. And then you're going to want to add in half the bottle of, you know, that perfector that I did show you. And I'll leave links. I'll try to remember to add that link in the description box below to where you can get that, so you can bring it up on your computer or your phone. And you can go ahead and buy that in the store or buy it online. It's really cheap. I think it was like $1 something. But yeah, you guys know I can talk. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys get into the video. And if I need to tell you something else, then I'll go ahead and tell you something else. Alright, so like I said, I like to use a butter knife. I'm going to show you using a butter knife. It allows you to press into the lace without pressing too heavily into it. And then you're going to need some double prong clips. Now again, you can use butterfly clips, you can use alligator clips, whatever kind of clips you want. This is just what I personally use. It helps me to just take my time, more sections for me. I mean, you may think it's, you know, a little bit more work, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you how I like to go ahead and just slide that into the hairline to get everything out of the way, because, baby, we just trying to keep everything organized. We don't have any time for mishaps, and you're going to see it all comes out together in the end for a flawless finish. So, yeah. what you want to do is you want to go in with a little bit at a time. This right here, I probably took a little bit too much. You don't even want to get that much. You want to go in with a little bit at a time. Less is more because you don't want to mess up. You don't want to waste product because product is money, okay? So yeah, you just want to go in and like I said, you want to gently press into the lace. Don't overthink it. Just go ahead and get the job done. But you don't want to press too hard because if you press too hard, honey, you're going to have a mess on your hand. I mean, I've been there, done that, and then you're going to have to go back in and recolor the hair if you over bleached because it's just a mess. So what the butter knife does, it allows you to apply that pressure, like I said, in an even manner to where you're keeping everything nice and safe and getting the job done. Now, I have seen people, use spoons, but I ain't, if you want to use a spoon, like I said, do what y'all want to do. I'm just showing you some tips and tricks. Now, what I'm trying to show you right here, I'm emphasizing that I started in the back, and you want to do the front part of the lace, what's nearest the hairline. Like, think of it as the baby hair section. So from the baby hairs to about an inch back, you want to do that last. So do the back first, and then let that sit for a couple minutes, and then come back to the very front hairline, because what happens is the very front of the hairline, those hair strands are tied into the lace 1 to 2 strands at a time, and the lace in the back has about 2 to 3 or 2 to 4 strands. So like if you feel like your knots aren't bleaching, it's because they tied too many hair strands into the lace. And so what I've noticed is when you go in and you do the hairs in the back, and then you wait a couple minutes, and then you go ahead and do the hairs in the front, it gets everything to catch up at an even time, and then you don't have to worry about some knots bleaching, some knots, not bleaching. The whole point of bleaching your knots is not to have them blonde. You want them to be a brown color, because once you go in and you use your wax stick or your pressing comb and you get to styling your wig, your knots are not supposed to, to each their own. You want to basically preserve the longevity of your wig, which is why we only bleach the knots just a little bit, just enough so that you can go ahead and finesse the hairline, honey, and it can look like scalp. You don't want to over bleach your knots. Even if you're not over processing the hair, you don't want to over bleach the knots, because that's how your wigs are prone to balding and shedding. And ain't nobody got time for that. as you've seen, I went in with some foil, and the foil allows everything to, just basically start baking, and just speeding up the process a little bit, just like if you were to do some highlights. Now, this is a trick. You can use a t-shirt, a towel, whatever, but I like to gently, and I mean gently, because this can make or break. If you are not taking your time, you can push the bleach through the lace. If you're going to use this trick that I'm showing you, please take your time, because this is just what I like to do so that I can basically see everything. It's just a little trick that I like to do personally, but yeah, you'll see. Alright, so as you've seen, we did go ahead and rinse the lightener out and slick the wig back, because now we're about to get into the fun part, tweezing and customizing their hairline. So what I'm trying to show you right here is the direction that you're trying to, or that you should be holding your tweezers. Get you a rat tail comb, maybe some clips to section everything out, and you're wanting to go ahead and go in section by section, a few rows at a time, maybe about a centimeter at a time, going from the front hairline of the lace, moving back, because you want to go ahead and break up that hairline a little bit so that you can have some dips and grooves, because nobody's hairline is straight across. Now, the direction of the tweezer, the very pointed end, and yes, I know you can see that you can still see the knots, but like I said, just keep in mind, you're not wanting them to be blonde. You want them to turn a brown color so that you can go ahead and preserve the longevity of your lace. It is very imperative that you do not, we should really stop promoting, the blonde knots, because that's why you guys, your wigs don't last that long. That's just a tip to me, just my opinion. So what I've done here is I've sectioned out the hair to where, you're going to have your quote unquote baby hairs. And so then we're going to go in section by section, and you want to basically get an eye for things. Think about your natural hairline. You have dips and grooves. It's not straight across. And so you're wanting to go ahead and have that mimic your natural hairline, or just something close to it. So, like I was saying, the direction of the tweezers, the very pointed end should be pointed into the lace. Now, you don't want to apply a lot of pressure to your lace, because it is still, it's a delicate fabric of some sort. It's lace. So you don't want to apply too much pressure. You want to go in, grab that hair strand, grab that knot, and go ahead and pull it out. You don't want to apply too much pressure, because if you do, you can put a hole in your lace. And baby, again, what did I say? We ain't got time for that, okay? So yeah, just go in, take your time. I'm just trying to show you a little bit. It's not super in-depth, but if you are familiar with customizing wigs, or if you just needed a refresher, this is the kind of video for you. I mean, it could be beginner friendly, but you really have to have an eye for things. I've already shown you how we have those dips and grooves, and then if you think you need to pluck out some in the other direction, go for it. You can tweeze it in any direction. It's just about preference. And so then you just want to go ahead, you see that right there? Compared to this side, it's, a little bit thicker. So then you just want to go back in and check your work, and then right along the very front hairline, do the same thing, but you thin that out a little bit, so now you can go in and create the dips and grooves around the very front hairline. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you what it looks like compared to the other side. Yes, get into it. Okay, because baby, let's see. This side over here, the thick Queen of Sheba. Yeah, that's not too high. We gotta match that side to this beautifully tweed side over here, mama. And that's just no press and comb, no flat iron on the hairline, nothing. And you see, we have a realistic illusion of a natural hairline without over bleaching, without over plucking. And then we're gonna go ahead and match this side over here because you know this just not hot. This all of this right here, it's gotta go. We gotta match this to the other side. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and you know, snap into it. Okay, so that didn't go. Let's play on and warm things up. And let's go ahead and snap into it. Yes! Yes, look at that. Went ahead and matched this side with the other side. And you know what? I can't give it all to y'all in one video. So yeah, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you'll go ahead and see part 2. Check you in the next one. Bye.